Determine the measure of angle RQS. RQS. This here is an obtuse angle. It's very big, greater than 90 degrees. And the key here is to add up two angles. We'll call this angle X and we'll call this angle theta. So this here is angle RQS. And so we break it down to two triangles. So let's focus on angle X first. We focus on X and we see what we have. We have the opposite, which is 11 meters, and we have the adjacent. So I'm going to write the acronym here. So, ka, toa. We have the opposite and the adjacent. So we're going to use tan. So tan of X is equals to the opposite, which is 11, over the adjacent, which is 7. So we can use our calculator directly, but just to show you the algebra, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tan inverse of both sides. So the tan inverse of tan of X is equals to the tan inverse of 11 over 7. So hopefully you can skip this step and just go straight to your calculator. The inverse trig and the regular trig function cancels out, so we end up solving for X. X is equals to, the angle is equals to the trig inverse of this part here. So what I would type into my calculator directly would be, make sure you're in the correct mode. We're in the degree mode. Good thing I checked. And I'm going to press second tan, which is tan inverse of 11 divided by 7, bracket, enter, and I get 57.53 degrees. So let me just write here, X is approximately equals to 57.53 degrees. So we solved for X. Now let's clear this and focus on the other triangle. So let's focus on this right triangle, on theta. What do we have? We have the adjacent and we have the hypotenuse. So the adjacent and the hypotenuse would be cosine. So cosine of theta is equals to the adjacent, which is 7, over the hypotenuse, which is the longest side, 20. So in the same way as previously, we take the cosine inverse of both sides, which cancels out the trigs, exposing the angle. So theta is equals to the cosine inverse of 7 over 20. And you don't even have to write this if you just want to use your calculator directly. And so the cosine inverse of 7 over 20 on our calculator in degree mode is 69.51-ish. Theta here is 69.51-ish. And so the final answer, the measure of angle RQS, would be these two angles added up. However, in reality, I would just use the previous results from my calculator. So most recently, I computed 69.51 degrees, and I would simply, on my calculator, type in plus, which automatically pulls up the old answer, which is 69.51. And then I would push up the up arrow using this nice calculator and press enter. So the answer plus the previous answer, which was 57.5288, etc., is approximately equals to 127.04 degrees. It's nice to keep as much accuracy as possible so that we don't have any compounded rounding errors. So my final answer here is angle RQS is approximately equals to 127.04 degrees.